All right, Jimmy Kukulski here from EV Racer. I don't like responding to other videos. I want to do my own thing, and my dog's probably looking at me a little bit disappointed. Terry, are you disappointed? I think she's pretty disappointed. It's either that or it's 5 o'clock and it's time for her to eat. Whatever. But I'm seeing a lot of Tesla owners taking their cars on a road trip and then maybe giving a little bit of a negative. I think being absolutely honest about it, that's awesome, being transparent, but it's almost like they're trying to gain views on their videos. And I don't think they realize most people aren't gonna watch the whole video, right? They're gonna take the negative part of what they see and then they're gonna apply it to their Facebook, Instagram, whatever posts. And the reality is, like, I drive a lot. I drive this thing 5,000 miles plus a month. I used to drive my Super Duty, beautiful truck with massaging, cooled seats, which this doesn't have. I gave up massaging seats to drive this every day. I'm 6'2" and 240. I fit real nice in that Super Duty. I freaking love driving this thing. And anybody who gets into one of these cars and tries to give you a negative report about how you charge, all this nonsense, I just, oh man, it makes me kind of mad, and I'm gonna tell you why. This car and that truck, they run on an entirely different process, okay? And you're like, yeah, of course, that's electric, that's diesel. No, not just how you drive them, but how you think about how you drive them. When I'm driving down the road in my truck, I mean, I do have my dogs, we'll take that aside, right? Let's say we don't have my dogs. I go to the bathroom. I'm pretty sure most of you guys go to the bathroom, right? Yeah. I have to eat. I have to drink. I'm not gonna stay in that truck, and I can go 450, 500 miles in the truck and drive. I don't do it. Most people don't. And I'm gonna tell you one thing, if you do, unless you're a semi-truck driver and that's your living, there's problems you cause over, they call it salesman's bladder and stuff like that. Like, you don't wanna hold going to the bathroom more than a few hours than after you've gotta go, right? It's not good for you. You gotta stop, okay? So you take that little sliver of time that you stop at the rest area, you get a snack or a water or whatever, you take a short walk, even if you don't, let's say you just go in there and come out, you're talking about 10, 15 minutes, maybe more, okay? Now you take that and the eating. Let's say you go to McDonald's, fastest you can get through McDonald's, 10 minutes, plus getting off the highway to get to McDonald's, right? You're still only at 10, 15 minutes every time you stop. Maybe you combine those two things. You go inside McDonald's, you're 20 minutes, get in line, get your food, eat your food, go to the bathroom, 20, 25 minutes. Now, take that 20, 25 minutes every 3 or 4 hours and you add it to the 10 minutes, let's say I don't fill up, but let's just say, for instance, I'm down to a half tank, quarter tank in my truck, that's another 10 minutes. That's 30, 35 minutes net, okay? That is 35 minutes of me having to be not driving every 4 hours, 3 hours. Guess what also takes about the same amount of time every 3 or 4 hours? Charging that car, okay? The math isn't that difficult here. The number one question I get from people who want to ask me about my car is, how long does it take to charge? How long does it take to charge? How long does it take to charge? I get it over and over and over again. It's a great question. Those cars are gonna charge a lot faster than they do now. I can tell you what, it's coming really quick. I take my dogs everywhere. By the time I get back with these dogs, before I've even got myself something to eat, the thing's charged now. It's getting quick and it's getting faster. To me, it's almost too fast. I got used to being able to sit in my car, write some emails, make a couple of throws with a ball with the dogs, go to the bathroom and eat before the car was charged. Now it's done way before that. Hell, I can't even make it to Starbucks, back out, get the dogs for a walk, go to the bathroom before my car is 80, 85%, and we're starting to look at possible idle fees, right? So for me, it's almost getting too quick because I don't want to have to stop again and do this other stuff while I'm not charging. I've come to a psychology that if I'm not moving, that car's charging. And if I'm not moving, and if that car's charging, I'm eating, I'm going to the bathroom, I'm taking my dogs for a walk, I'm taking care of business. Now, even then, is it quicker or the same as my truck? No. you're still gonna have 20% delta between those two. It's always gonna be faster to take a truck or a car, gasoline, ice, or whatever you wanna call it, than it is an electric car over a certain distance, past the charging, past the range of both cars. I can get in and out, I can pee in a bottle in that truck if I want to, whatever. That's just the way it is. But don't imagine that this isn't a good idea every day, that most people can't use this type of vehicle, right? First of all, I start off every day with 200 to 250 plus miles. I've gotten 300 out of it going slower, but I start out that every day. So if I'm at home and I start my trip, I'm past Chicago before I have to charge. Not usually the case with my truck. Somebody borrows it, comes back with almost no diesel in it because nobody wants to pay $3 and fill up my 30-gallon, fuel tank. Whatever, right? So I'm already stopping before I get to Chicago. It's rare that I get in my truck and I make it past Chicago if I'm going out to Iowa, or past Toledo when I'm going out to Cleveland or Manhattan. It just doesn't happen. I'm always stopping in both. And the time difference isn't that much. I don't get why people want to make such a big deal out of it when most people don't drive even close to it as much as I do. Easily 5,000. I got this car in, it's like 1st of December, and it is now July 21st. I have 40,000 miles on the car, and that is just about 5,000 a month, right? I've been gone a lot too. I've been gone weeks at a time in Europe, not driving it. I have to take my truck sometimes when I have a trailer to tow. Sometimes I got a lot of tools I don't want to throw in the nice car. I'll take the truck. I'm not 100% driving the car all the time. I drive a ton. But I just want to make sure that people realize that this isn't, if you compare charging a car to filling a gas tank, fuel tank is always going to win. You can pump a fluid in quicker than you can charge that car until they have ultra or super capacitors ready and they get rid of the dangers of that. It's just going to be the way it is. But I don't think people realize that you can charge a car, or you can charge a lithium-ion battery, a properly temperature designed one, 4, 5, 6 C, and sometimes it bursts to 10 C. Right now they're only at 2 C, maybe 3. We're talking a few hundreds and hundreds of kilowatts to get to that 4 or 5 C level. I think that people are mistaken when they preach, charging is a big deal. It's not, especially if it's Tesla. Maybe if you own a Leaf and you get only 150 miles, or Audi e-tron, that's kind of a big deal right now. They don't charge as fast, they don't have as much. But the Tesla is light years ahead on this stuff. Thousands of superchargers all over the country, all over the world. Are there limitations? Absolutely. What are they? I haven't run into a lot of them. I think one time in February, I had to go up to the UP. I went through Green Bay, and there was not a supercharger anywhere near that place. I made it work. Was kind of a pain. Only time in 40,000 miles, going on 8 months, in 40,000 miles, that's the only time I had to do any type of mental gymnastics. And to be honest, there was an ice storm. Everybody was stuck. I probably would have been better off sticking with my car. I gave up on it. Went to and rented a car, and it cost me a lot more money, and man, it just turned into a huge nightmare. So it wasn't necessarily the charging part that forced my hand to make a decision to go use to go rent an ice, and the ice turned into as much a nightmare as the charging did. But 40,000 miles, I have one issue. That's it, and I guarantee you, I drive more than most of y'all do. So anyway, I'm going on almost 10 minutes in this. I don't want to talk about it too much. If you have any specific questions about road trips, you all can check out my supercharger videos. I typically take a quick video kind of giving a lay of the land around the superchargers. There's a lot of them because there's a lot of superchargers. Thank you for watching this video up to 10 minutes. If you have any questions, down. If you feel like it, subscribe. If you don't, whatever. Have a good one.